this is a note to self. Note to self. This is a reminder for me as well. To ensure that we are gonna be emotional wrecks and emotional freaks, but to make sure to let our EQ manifest every moment of our lives, every second of the day. Make sure that we have self-control. Do not let yourself be quick to anger, and because it's not just gonna wreck you, but it's also gonna wreck everyone around you. Remember that you as a human being has two type of intelligence. We have IQ, intelligent quotient, and we have EQ, emotional quotient. Emotional intelligence, wherein you're able to properly process decision making, you have self-control, etc., etc. The reason why I brought this up is because one day I was chatting with someone whom I don't know. This person, because I have a small business and I would have to have clients, of course. And this one client chatted with me at the onset of chat. Everything was running smoothly. We were using what do you call that? What do you call that in English? We were using honorifics. It wasn't just me, but she started off her chat with me using honorifics, and I would always use honorifics as well, whether it be po or opo or ma or madam or Mr. So that's how I use honorifics. I don't really I don't call out clients with their first names, because I have to make sure that there is a thick line between clients and me to show my respect, and then, so in short, the chat was smooth, and I was making sure to answer all of his question very promptly and in a timely manner. And then, it's chat, so it doesn't really show or convey my feelings towards talking to a new client, which should be exciting, and promising, because that's going to be that there is a possibility of that person being a real client. So for me to be able to show my excitement, I was using exclamation marks, and I am known to be a very straightforward person, so I don't really beat around the bush. I speak like this, like, oh yeah, that's sure, or that's a price that you'd like, sure thing, no problem. I'll go ahead and check it out. Just give me a moment, and let me see if I can, give you a much more discount. Than that, I'm always as straightforward as that. And if I cannot match, if the offer of the client is not good for me and I cannot match it, then I would straight to the point say, oh really, that's a good offer that you got there, and that's actually very cheap already. Why not go, if I were you, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that already. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna be like a sales telemarketer, and then say, oh really, that's a good price, but actually, even if my price is quite costly, or higher or more expensive than what you saw, I'm sure my creations are gonna be much better than that. Oh my goodness, I will never do that. because as you can see, logically, there's no way for me to promote my business more compared to what they saw already, which is way more cheaper, if I'm not gonna bring that other business down, or if I'm not going to lift up my own business and then say marketing words that is not really true. So when I see that the customer or the client offers something really cheap compared to what I am offering, and if I see that the quality of that of what they saw is so much better than my quality, then I'm gonna go ahead and tell them, grab that opportunity already, because that's already a good offer. And that's me being a really helpful person, not just a seller or a business owner. I'm just really trying to help the person get what he wants, and buy what he wants and spend his money for what he likes. I cannot, and that's also another way of me telling the client that I'm sorry, I cannot bring my prices as low as that, because if you want me to have that same good quality, then my price is really gonna be fixed like this. And so when that client went, so let me go back to the client that I was chatting with. I remember this is chat. So he showed me pictures of what he wants me to do for him, what he wants me to customize for him, and the pictures are really great, and I've seen lots of fellow artists who does the same thing, and their prices are really way over the top. It's really, really very expensive, and if I'm the client, I wouldn't spend that much money just for a customized gift for myself. But anyway, this client showed me, this prospect client showed me those sample pictures, and then said that, I saw this artist, and he was selling his customized gift items for just this price, for just $50. So let's just say let's just say it's $5. Okay, I'm just gonna give you estimates just to have it out there, and so that it's easier to visualize. And then the client said, we saw this and it's just for $5, so we were wondering if we can get something that's cheaper. And I was like, my thinking was like, that's just for $5. I mean, I know lots of friends and fellow artists who do the same thing, and that's actually around 5, 10, 15, 20, around $20. There's no way that you can find an artist who will give you that same product as shown in the picture that you sent for $5 only. There's no way. And I was thinking that way, but of course I want to be professional, and I didn't tell the customer. I didn't tell that prospect client that. Instead, this is what I said. Oh, really? That's a very good price already. That's a very cheap price already. If you mean to say that that exact photo that you sent me cost $5 only, then go ahead and grab it already. Do not let it go. That's what my answer was. And I was being so sincere. To express my sincerity, I just went straight and told him that. And then, of course, I had exclamation marks because I was excited for him. If I'd be able to see something really good that I really like, and then it's so cheap, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it already. I'm probably gonna buy 2 or 3. Okay, so I was just trying to make a point. But then to my surprise, the client responded in an angry way, and he said, "Oh, there's no need to be angry about what I said. I didn't show you that picture to tell you that you should sell me the same price with the same quality. I was just telling you that I saw this, and it was for $5, and that's it. There's no need to be angry." So the client went like that, and I was like, what are you talking about? So I reread what I sent, and yeah, there was no hint of any anger or hate in all the messages that I sent, with smileys. Okay, I was even using smileys, and it wasn't just a simple smile. It was the smile. The smile emoji looks like this. Emoji. The smile emoji look like this. This one here. Because this smile, I never use this smile unless I'm sarcastic. Because if you just really look at it, it's not a sincere smile. Okay, this is the smile that I always use, or this one. The eyes and the lips are all smiling, or this one. So I would always use these smileys, more particularly this one. I love this smiley. So this is the smiley that I always use. This one here. Okay, so I've reread all the messages that I sent, and I just don't understand why this prospective client thought that I was angry. And so I explained myself, and I never hear from him back. So let me go back to my topic. So that's the reason why I thought of creating this video, to remind people to not be emotional slaves. Okay, we were given, take a look at this. If we become emotional people, then we will be as good as stupid or dumb human beings. Okay, this is what's happening with our society right now. We call this dumbed down society. Alright, the governments of the world and everything we see around us is making sure that we are indoctrinated, we are dumbed down, that we're gonna think that these things that they shoved in our mouths and in our eyes are all good for us. Therefore, all we need to do is to just sit back, relax, and accept everything. And don't even think about it. Don't argue with it, because this is good for you. You know, that's what the governments of the world is doing to every one of us. Using everything from the food, TV, internet, books, media, social media, Facebook, YouTube, etc., etc. You know, and we have to make sure that we're not going to be included in these people. Okay? If we're going to be slaves of our emotions, then we're always gonna be going with the flow, even when the flow is already going to its death, or going to an ugly path, or going to a dangerous path. Just because everyone's doing it and everyone looks happy with it, then we're gonna go with it, then that's gonna be a danger for us. That is a long way of saying you're letting everyone make you a stupid person. Okay, the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. So it is the mind that's actually blind. When you start being a critical thinker, that's where all these stupid people would say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory." Though, so that's how we have become. Do not let your emotions. This one is really good. Emotionally weak people. I don't really understand why that prospective client thought that I was angry. Based on the messages that I sent. I do understand because in a way that if that person has a different experience when it comes to people talking in a louder voice, or people chatting using exclamation marks, or people who are straight to the point. That person is probably surrounded by people who are like that, and the reason why they are like that is because they're always hateful and angry. So that's also one possibility. That's why he responded to me thinking that I was also angry with what I said, even though I had lots of emojis. So I wasn't even I'm not even gonna call it sarcasm, because I wasn't really sarcastic. I was so sincere. Because whenever I am a seller, and of course I'm a buyer too. Okay, it always goes together. Or sometimes you don't really sell, or sometimes person wouldn't sell, but a person will always be a buyer. Okay, and being a buyer and a seller made me become very sensitive and very sincere with my communications with buyers as well, because I am a very, very what do you call that? I'm a very, very insisting buyer. So if you sell me something that's bad, and and I see that it's not worth my money, then I'm really going to insist for you to refund it or replace it in a nice way. So I'm always like that. I'm not a passive buyer wherein those other people who bought something and then they found out that it's broken, or they found out that it's spoiled already, and then they're gonna be like, oh, it's broken, I just got this an hour ago, but I'm not gonna return this anymore, but the seller said there I can refund. I'm too tired to have to file for a refund, so I'm just gonna let it be. No, I'm not that kind of buyer. Okay, I'm a poor person, so I always have respect when it comes to money. So if I buy something, it should be worth my money. And that's also the same thinking that I have when it comes to my buyers. So I would always offer my buyers something good. I would never deceive them just so I can get more money from them. So that's my thinking. And yeah, that's why I was straightforward to that client. But anyway, we should not be emotionally weak people. We should not be controlled by our emotions. Instead, our emotions should assist us in choosing right decisions. Okay, let me end with what God says regarding being emotional wrecks, and let's take a look at some of them. This one: put aside all bitterness, losing your temper. So make sure that you lose your temper, Donnie, because like I've said on the onset of this video, I know and I admit that I have anger issues, and I have anger management, and I've been like that since I was a teenager or since I was young, because I grew up in an environment that's anger filled, etc., etc. But this is also a note for myself. So let's all remember Ephesians 4:31. Put aside all bitterness, losing your temper, anger, shouting, and slander, along with every other evil. Therefore, it's telling us that losing temper, bitterness, anger, shouting, slander are all evil. That's what it tells us. That is what God is telling us. So He's reminding us not to do evil things. It's okay to be angry, but if you're gonna be angry and lose your temper, and then you're gonna start shouting bad words, or you're gonna physically hurt someone, or you're gonna say negative things to that person, bringing them down, then that becomes evil. Okay, that's where you sin in your anger. If you're angry, then be angry. Like, I'm so angry with myself. I hate this, and that's it. Okay, shout all you want, but make sure that you're not gonna shout like cursing words. You're not gonna cuss, and etc., etc. This one: don't be too quick to get angry, because anger lives in the fool's heart. So God is telling us that when you're always angry, and when you always lose your temper and lose self-control and not practice self-control, and you easily get angry, then you're a fool, or you're stupid. So you are stupid. I am stupid. Okay, so let's stop being stupid. Okay. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. As you take a look at Proverbs 15:18, God is telling us that to remove anger. No, He's not telling us that. God is telling us to be slow to anger. If you're gonna be angry, make sure to be slow in being angry. Okay, that literally means to still have self-control. That's what it means. All right, remember that Jesus who is the Son of God, who is God, also became very angry with the Jews when they started to make the physical church, the building, a street market and a place for gamblers, the typical look of churches nowadays, wherein outside the gate of the church there are lots of vendors, there are lots of manghuhula or tarot card readers, there are lots of toys and balloons being sold. There are lots of birds and animals being sold. There are other people who are playing gambling on the streets. You will literally see that in front of church buildings nowadays. Now I'm talking about Catholic churches, okay? Because you're never gonna see that in an Islamic church or a real Christian church. Oh, wait. Sorry to say, but yeah, I've seen some Christian churches who has that, and it's very sad. But what's good about it is that most of them are actually selling Bibles and Bible readables and things like that. They're not selling food that you can eat out there or animals or what have you. All those other things that's in front of Catholic churches. So. And then Jesus became so angry because of the way these people treated the holy sacred church, which is that building at that time. And so he told them to go away. Go away! Why are you doing this in front of my Father's house? Get out of here! Go away! So that's how he shooed people away and showed his anger. So as you can see, he did not say, "Go away, you motherfucker!" And he never said that, any of that. Yes, he was holding some leaves, but the leaves were used to shoo away people. Those were not 2x2 tough wood bars or baseball bats that he used to hit people with. No. They were just leaves of trees. And he held them to shoo people away faster. Because some of them are probably not standing up, So, yeah, let's not be emotional freaks. Let's not be emotional wrecks. Let's always practice self-control. And let us. And here, this is what will happen if we're going to be slow to anger. We're going to receive a lot of love from God. And we will not be led into evil. Okay? And if we do not sin and if we practice self-control whenever we feel anger, we're not giving the devil a chance to mess up our lives. Okay? And what else? Quick to anger. I saw that somewhere. Slow to anger verse. Here, it's very, very short. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. James 1:19. Okay, I'll leave this message to you guys, and let's all remember this, okay? Be quick to listen. Now be slow to speak, and be slow to anger. Okay, so that we're not gonna be stupid, and we're not giving the devil a chance to mess up our lives. Okay, thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy the weekend. Bye-bye.